Good morning, class 12D. We are doing a new chapter today in business studies, and that is organizing. Now, planning, organizing, staffing, controlling, directing, budgeting, all these are sub parts or subdivisions of a work which a manager does or the management department does. Planning has its own importance because unless something is planned, it cannot be executed. Now, once your plans are ready, it is very important to execute them very nicely. For example, let us take up an example. Doesn't matter how much you have studied, you are a very good student and you have studied a lot. But when it comes to projecting it on the answer sheet, if you are not able to express what you know, no matter if I am a good teacher, if I have a lot of knowledge about business or accounts, and if I am not able to tell you how exactly the question is solved or what exactly the concept says, if I am not being organized enough to express to you whatever I know, जो मुझे मालूम है, अगर वो organized तरीके से मैं आपके सामने present ना कर सकूँ, so my planning is all waste. In the similar way, the next topic, which is organizing, is the second and a very important step for the management department. The management takes into consideration organizing, which has many important aspects to deal with. So before we discuss the meaning and definition of organizing, just write this down with you and then we will discuss this in detail. Check this out. Organizing. I will read it out for you. Give a new topic, new heading, organizing. You can call it the definition. Organizing ensures that the plans are executed successfully. It sees that the plans are executed in the way they should be executed. Then it includes clarifying of jobs to the subordinates. It includes establishing working relationship amongst the ones who are the invigilators, amongst the ones who are the inspectors, and the ones who are the actual workers. Then the effective deployment of resources. Deployment means engaging the resources into the required fields for attainment of what? For the ultimate attainment of organizational goals. To coordinate the human efforts, to assemble the resources, and to integrate them together. Note this down, then we will discuss this in detail. So if you have copied, we will discuss it now. Organizing, which is the second process in the management, in the activities which the management department does. The second step or the step number 2 is organizing. After planning, we need organization. For example, if you visit an event or a party and if it goes on smoothly, जो टास्क जिसको असाइन किया गया था, जैसा प्लान किया गया था, वैसा ही एग्जीक्यूट भी होगा. When you come back from it, you say it was a very organized event. It was an organized event. And if the things are not happening properly, if everything is haphazard, what will you say? You will say that it was a very unorganized event. So organizing ensures, it takes into consideration that the plans are executed successfully. First and foremost task which the organizing focuses on is the execution of plans. Plans वैसे ही execute भी हो सके जैसा उन्हें बनाया गया. And for this, you will be needing organizing step or the second step in the process of management. Okay, so it ensures first of all that the plans are executed successfully. If the planning is done very nicely, but if the jobs are not assigned properly, then the execution is incorrect and the result or the outcome will also not be correct. So organizing ensures that the plans are executed successfully, first of all. Secondly, it includes clarifying jobs. I have decided in my plan that I am going to increase my production. But I have not told my workers, I have not told my people what is your task, what you have to do. Or for example, if I know what is the project work I have to give to class 12D, but I have not told that roll number 1 to 5 will do this, roll number 6 to 10 will do this activity, and roll number 10 to 20 will compile them together. The clarification is not there. So doesn't matter how nicely have I made the plan for project work, unless my class knows it, it will not be done. So the important step of organizing is the clarification of jobs. किसको कौन सी एक्टिविटी एग्जीक्यूट करनी है ये देने का काम कौन करता है, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग डिपार्टमेंट या ऑर्गेनाइजिंग विंग जो है, इट इंश्योर्स, इट क्लैरिफाइज what are the jobs of a head and what are the jobs of a subordinate. It also helps in maintaining working relationships. Who is to be the head and who is to be the subordinate. किसको अपनी बात सुनानी है और किसको वो बात सुननी है, किसको वो बात फॉलो करनी है और किसको काम करवाना है. Unless you tell this to the people, your planning will not be executed properly. So organizing also ensures on establishing working relationships with people. Organizing helps in maintaining working relationship with people. Working relationship में हम क्या स्टडी करते हैं, कौन उस टास्क को हेड करेगा और कौन उस टास्क को परफॉर्म करेगा. And effective deployment of resources. Effective deployment of resources means planning के हिसाब से हमारे पास फॉर एग्जाम्पल फंड्स तो बहुत सारे थे लेकिन हमने उन्हें वेस्ट कर दिया. हमें ये नहीं पता था कि उनको कैसे एलोकेट करना है. 20% ऑफ द बजट प्रोवाइड करना है, वो जब कंज्यूम हो जाएगा उसके बाद 10% ऑफ द बजट और प्रोवाइड करना है. नो, हमने पूरे 1 लाख रुपीज़ दे दिया एंड इट वेंट ऑन वेस्ट. सो इफेक्टिव डिप्लॉयमेंट ऑफ रिसोर्सेज इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Organizing ensures that there is effective deployment of resources. Resources को consume कैसे करना है, resources को ऐसे consume करना है कि minimum resources consume करके maximum output produce कर सकें. For example, minimum investment use करके या minimum budget use करके maximum sales derive कर सकें. This is the correct or effective deployment of resources. It can be financial resource, it can be a human resource. Human resource का भी deployment बहुत ज़रूरी है. कौन से समय किस वाले वर्कर से काम करवाना है और किसको ऑन होल्ड रखना है, कौन से समय किसको होल्ड से उठा करके उससे वापस काम कराना है. All this is effective deployment of resources. It can be a material resource and it can be a human resource as well. And for what? For attainment of organizational goals. The ultimate goal of any planning, any organization, any staffing, any budgeting is the attainment of organizational goal. So planning हमने set करी है. Remember, planning is the bridge between who we are and where we want to go. The bridge between this is termed as planning. So how you reach this? How you are supposed to reach this? This is your plan of action. And how exactly the step-by-step process you are going to follow in order to reach your destination can be done through organizing. So it ensures the attainment of organizational goals. Whatever tasks are planned, they should be executed also. Then only we will say that it was an organized plan. If it went on vain, if it fails, we will say that it was not an organized plan. To coordinate, first of all, to coordinate the human efforts means to establish coordination, to establish relationship amongst the employer and the employees, to have coordination among the employers and the employers, and to have the coordination among the employees and the other employees. Heads आपस में organize हो and workers भी आपस में एक दूसरे को tolerate करें, organize हो. Then only there will be coordination of human efforts. ताकि जो input वो अपनी firm के लिए, अपनी organization के लिए दे रहे हैं, all that will achieve maximum benefits. So to coordinate human efforts, to assemble the resources. Again, assembling the resource means effective deployment of resources. Unless there is effective deployment of resource, there are people who join late and then they spoil the video. There is assembling of resources. I'm sorry for the interruption. There is assembling of resources means whatever resources you have, you should allocate them properly. ऐसा नहीं हो कि सारा फाइनेंस एक ही बार में हमने अलाउ कर दिया. You take away all the money and go and waste it. And for the rest half of the plan, we have no money left for us. Is that a correct deployment of resource? No, that is not a correct deployment of resource. बल्कि हमने अपने resources को waste कर दिया. So organization involves to assemble the resources, to tell how to use the resources, and to integrate them together. And integration, a coordination is very important. To work with coordination, to work with integration. Integration means coming together. So coming together is very important so that whatever the employer has planned is to be executed by the employees in the exactly similar way. So I repeat what all organizing does. Organizing is an activity which helps that a plan should be executed successfully. किसी भी plan के successful implementation के लिए जो चीज़ ज़रूरी है that is organizing. What all organizing does? It ensures that the plans are executed successfully. Then it ensures what all of successful execution के लिए what all is required? Clarification of job. हमें पता तो हो कि हमें करना क्या है so that आपका plan ठीक से execute हो सके. So clarifying jobs दोनों लोग employer की भी और employee की भी जिसको coordinate करना है काम करवाना है उसे भी पता होना चाहिए what he has to do और जिन्हें वो काम करके देना है जिन्हें वो task accomplish करना है what all they have to do, a clarification is required. Sir, please tell us what we have to do. So if you see in the chapter Principles of Management, we have seen there were job cards, no? और desk clerks होते हैं उनके पास job cards होते हैं और उन job cards पर mention होता है कि इस वाले employee को आज के दिन में ये work accomplish करना. So clarification of job is required. In working relationship is required. Who will do the task and who will head it? Who is the boss and who is supposed to do the work. So clarifying relationship, clarifying working relationship and clarifying the jobs. Then effective deployment of resources to see what all resources are available with you. What all resources will be? हमारे पास human resource कितने हैं यानी कि कितना staff available है, हमारे पास financial resources कितनी available है, what is the time limit available to us, and we will also take into consideration what are the forecasted factors that we have to take into consideration, the contingencies. So the deployment of resources will be done, and if all this is done, clarification of job, clarification of working relationship, deployment of resources, all three are done for attainment of an organizational goal, for the attainment of planning which you have done. And it also coordinates, and to do all this, they coordinate human efforts, they coordinate the resources, and they do these two for the integrated efforts which the employer and employee are going to do for attaining what? For attaining organized results. On the basis of planning for attaining organized results. If you wish to note this down, copy this, then we will move towards steps of organizing. If there is anything that you wish to ask, you can ask me right now. Any queries, children? Is it understood by everybody? Yes, no, anything? Is there anyone copying from the board? Basically, there are 4 steps involved in organizing. Now, whatever you have studied in the meaning, we have just put them into step by step. All that we do in organizing, I have already discussed with you under the section meaning. Now, let us see out of those which one is to be done first and which one is to be done next. So steps of organizing includes a series of 4 separate steps. First one is identification and division of work. It is similar to allocation of resources. That's why you have seen now. Allocation of resources is very important ताकि कुछ भी waste ना हो. There should not be double accounting. The efforts should not be wasted. Overlapping नहीं होनी चाहिए. As you must have seen. So identify the work and divide the work. So identify the work means what you are supposed to do, and division of work means who is supposed to do it. Identify what is to be done and identify who is supposed to do it. Now in organizing of any business unit, a very good example can be quoted to a bank. I am sure most of you must have visited a bank, and you see there are cabins. There are sections or divisions, and each employee is doing its own task. There is a loan department, there is somebody who is printing the passbooks, there is somebody who is receiving or accepting cash, there is somebody who is doing the other voucher filing and all, there is one person who is dealing with the loans which are there into the bank. So to identify the work means हमें पासबुक प्रिंट करने की ज़रूरत होगी, अगर हमने बैंक ओपन किया है तो कोई ऐसा व्यक्ति चाहिए जो पासबुक प्रिंट करे। देन वी विल बी नीडिंग समबडी की जो कस्टमर्स आएंगे उनका कैश रिसीव कर सके, तो हमें कैशियर की ज़रूरत होगी। देन वी विल बी नीडिंग समबडी जो चेक की डीलिंग कर सकता है, चेक का पेमेंट उस वाले काउंटर पे होता है। At times people in the bank tell you this. Then we will be needing somebody that if someone comes and asks for a loan, we will send him, please go to counter number 15, he will deal you for the loans. So identify the work and allocate it. What is to be done and who is supposed to do it. A very good example includes bank. When you go visit a bank, you very well can see that what all are the tasks which are to be performed, and then there are windows which are there. और you can take up an example of a booking counter, box office का example आप ले सकते हैं, या कोई भी दूसरा ऐसा यूनिट है. So there are windows. This is the inquiry counter, this is the booking counter, this is the other information counter. Here you will get your tickets checked. Or you can take up an example of an airport जहाँ पर अलग अलग divisions होते हैं. So step number 1 is identification and division of work. Give this heading and write down. Identification and division of work. Please write under identification and division of work. Under identification and division of work, it is determined. What is the task to be performed? What is the task to be performed and who is to do it? What is the task to be performed and who is to do it? अगर मैनेजर ही चेक भी एक्सेप्ट करने लगेगा और स्टैंपिंग भी करने लगेगा, if he does the work of a TN also, if he does the work of an office boy also, there will be all mismanagement, there will be unorganization in our bank. So for that purpose, first you need to know the identification of work, what work is to be done, and secondly the division of work, who is supposed to do it, what is to be done and who is supposed to be done. Step number 2. Now step number 2 involves departmentalization of work. Now it is not necessary if there is only one task to be done, only one person will manage everything under that head. No, it is not possible. So instead of making a loan counter, they will departmentalize the work. This is the loan department. This is the commerce department in a university. This is the commerce department. The library related to commerce, available there. The faculty related to commerce, available there. The classrooms of commerce section are in this building only. The second task is departmentalization of work. In any business organization, it is very important to have the departments. The departmentalization of work includes, in this you can write, departmentalization of work includes setting up a department and all the tasks of similar nature. यानी कि जितने भी काम उस पर्टिकुलर फील्ड से रिलेटेड हैं, all the tasks of similar nature to be done by that department. Now here you can take up one example of a business unit. For example, there is a marketing department. Marketing department को बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैंडल करनी हो सकती हैं. They have to make sure that the packaging is attractive. They have to make sure that the sales rise. They have to make sure that the advertisement on TV should be good, bright, nice, with all the celebrity faces. So these are separate tasks, and all the people who are doing all these tasks have been assigned one department. Which department? Marketing department. So the second step of organizing is to set up a department, और उस department से associated जितने भी tasks हैं वो सब वहाँ करे जाए. So departmentalization of work means classification or grouping of activities. You can write this down: classification or grouping of activities of similar kind. Classification or grouping of activities of similar kind is done under the second step, departmentalization. हमने department specify कर दिया. So marketing department will take care of sales, they will take care of advertisement, they will take care of packaging, and they will ensure that all the marketing work is done properly. And of course it will be head by the marketing manager. जो area wise managers होते हैं nowadays, you see zonal marketing managers होते हैं ना, north zone, Google north zone, or you see Procter and Gamble west zone, or you see Cipla south zone. So divided into directions, divided into zones as per the divisions of the states. State के basis पर भी marketing managers होते हैं, appoint किए जाते हैं. So the marketing department will ensure that in their department everything is done under their guidance. So the second step involves departmentalization, which is the third step. The third step is assignment of duties. Now this is in continuation with this one. You will have to jump to this after the departmentalization of done, or departmentalization of work is done. Departments are divided, groups are made. Now under the groups you need to divide two things. Who is going to be the in charge and who is going to be the worker. Who is to rule and who is to take the order. Who is to give the orders and who is to take the orders. Assignment of duties. Under this you can write under assignment of duties. Step 3, under assignment of duties. Under assignment of duties, we determine, under assignment of duties, we determine the in charges and the workers. We determine the in charges and the workers who are supposed to perform a task in a particular department. We have to determine the in charges and the workers who are to do a particular task in a department. Department create कर लिया हमने, अब हमें उसके अंदर बताना है you are the boss and you have this group of people under you. You have to make them work. Means the assignment of duties is done under step number 3. First of all, we will identify the work. Then we will divide the departments, grouping करेंगे, categorize करेंगे या classify करेंगे. After the classification is done, we will decide if you are the head or you are the worker, or you are the worker and the other one is the head. Who is to get the work done and who is to do the work. So who is the in charge and who is the subordinate. And the last step involves establishing reporting relationships. Establishing reporting relationships involve whom to report. Sir, I have done my work. Whether to tell this to the teacher, whether to tell this to the monitor, whether to tell this to the coordinator of your section, whether to tell this to the head of department, whom to tell. So establishing reporting relationships is very important. You will be instructed in an organized business organization, you will be instructed whom you are supposed to report. So clarity in hierarchy. Clarity in hierarchy is very important. Who is my immediate subordinate? Who is my immediate head? We have studied this. No, top level management से instructions flow होते हैं और bottom level management से work complete करके उनको reports present करी जाती हैं. So establishing reporting relationships will involve to have a clarity that what is the hierarchy. The moment I complete my work, I will show it up to the in charges, and the moment the plans are ready, they will give it to the workers to be done. So the planning will flow top to down and the work then will flow from bottom to top. I have done my work. Once they complete their work, they will show it up to the marketing heads or to their managers or to the other heads. Once the planning is done, the in charges or the heads will pass it on to the people who are working below them. जो heads होते हैं, they will have to make the rules and get it implemented on the workers. The workers will complete the task and they will submit the report. So this is establishing reporting relationships. You can write in this under establishing reporting relationships. Under establishing reporting relationships, a clarity in hierarchy is given. Hierarchy, I hope you understand. Pyramid में from the triangle towards the bottom. A clarity in hierarchy is given. Therefore, the workers exactly know whom to report. Therefore, the workers exactly know whom to report. Whatever I had to discuss, I have cleared it up with you. So identification of work, then grouping or departmentalization is done. After the departments are set, then the assignment of duties is given, who is to be the head, who is to be the worker, and the fourth task is, once my work is done, once step number 3 is executed, how am I supposed to present the reports? So these 4 steps are the steps of organizing. If you want to ask anything, you can ask me right now. Any queries, children?